Hey everyone, Tech OG here, representing those who are 40 and up who love their tech. And today is Handheld Day. I have here a collection of handhelds that I own and use. Well, one I use in particular, pretty much on an everyday basis. Others I've purchased to have so that when I'm ready to use them, I can use them. So the purpose of this is just to talk about the handheld game systems that I have and why I have so many and the uses of each of the game systems. So I'll start off with, let's see, which one did I buy first? Well, technically I got this one first. Actually, before I talk about this one, my ultimate game system that I like, that I use and have had before all of these handheld systems is a computer. A PC is one of the greatest inventions that has ever existed since sliced toast. Now, I really like my PCs. I've had a few of them, buying them over time. And the one that I have right now that is my daily driver is my Microsoft Surface Book, Generation 1. Now, yeah, the Generation 2 is out and is, of course, more powerful and more expensive. But for the use of what I do on computers, my Surface Book Generation 1 suits me just perfectly. It runs pretty much every emulator that I have as smoothly as possible. Plus, it can play PC games. So, there's PC games, or actually console games that were made into PC games, and that what makes having a PC convenient, because let's say you wanted to play Street Fighter V, but you didn't want to take your PS4 with you and carry it around with you because it is pretty heavy, and if you're traveling with it, you got to make sure that the place that you're traveling to has a TV or a monitor that has HDMI so that you can hook it up. But the main thing of you having a PS4, is for home use. So to carry it around, it's heavy and it's just cumbersome. And so that's where handhelds come in. Or, in my case, the Surface Book is not, it's not technically portable. You can carry it in a backpack. It's a lot lighter than a PS4 or an Xbox One. And you can play 2 players on there, and you can hook it up to a TV monitor, or you can just play from the computer itself. Because on the Surface Book, the screen is 12.1 inch or 13 inch is one of the two. But still, that's still a large enough screen to play 2-player. Plus, you can turn the screen around because it can be used as a tablet, so you can turn it around and have the keyboard used as a stand, so you can play nice, and it just works great. So like I said, the Surface Book, my Surface Book, I love it. I use it a lot, but like I said, sometimes I want to play, when I'm traveling, if I'm on a plane, and I don't necessarily want to pull out a huge computer just to play some games. So that's where my handhelds come in. Now again, I do have an extensive amount of handhelds. Shouldn't have that many. Me personally, I'm trying to, take all these and put them into one device, but that is pretty much impossible right now, especially because some of these game systems have not been emulated. Probably because it's complicated, very, very complicated to do so. So the closest one I have that does everything is that right there. I'll talk about that one last. You already know what it is from previous videos, but let me start off with this one here. I learned about this particular handheld system online through YouTube and other research. This is the GPD XD. Now this is basically an Android device. So if you have an Android phone, you technically didn't need this, but when I did purchase this, I had my iPhone. And I did have emulators on the iPhone. I had GBA, Game Boy Advance, Sega Genesis, Super Nintendo, Retro Arc. I had a lot of those emulators on there, even MAME, and I just didn't use it as much as I should. You know, I mean, I bought a lot of different Bluetooth joysticks to use with it, but I just found it cumbersome to carry the phone and the joystick and things like that. And so I just steered away from emulation on the iPhone. And when I, read about this one, it being an Android device, and I know that Android, is open source, you will find a lot more apps in the App Store that you wouldn't find in the Apple App Store that will allow you to play emulated games. So I went with this, and like I said, this is running Android 4.4, and what's cool about 4.4 and below, you can cast the screen of this to a dongle or whatnot. Let's say, for example, if you have a Microsoft wireless display adapter, you can actually cast the screen of this to the wireless adapter to cast into a TV set. So you can play this on the big TV. So you can use this technically as a joystick, not even worry about this screen, and play it on a big screen. But let's say you didn't have a big screen and you just wanted to play. Like I said, this is pretty cool because, like I said, in the Android store, it has a lot of different emulators that are for sale or for free that you can download and play emulated games. So here's a Sega Saturn. This is PlayStation 1, Nintendo 64, NES, Sega Master Gear. So that's Master System and Game Gear together. MAME, that's your arcade games. GBC, that's Game Boy Color. Drastic, that is your Nintendo DS. Look at that 2600. The Atari 2600, the very first game system I ever gotten that I've actually earned the report card grades. I got it in 5th grade because I came home with a straight A report card. That's right, true nerd right here. Going on, Game Boy Advance, JNS, that's your Nintendo Entertainment System, like this emulator here. MDU, that is, or MD.EMU, that's a Sega Genesis. Neo Geo, this is TurboGrafx, another Super Nintendo, and this is Dreamcast. So not only can you play emulated games, you can also install Android apps because this is an Android device. So you can install any app from the Android or the Google Play Store. So I got my Angry Birds, I got Kiss Anime for anime, Bejeweled, Bobby Movie. Don't really use that much anymore because of the advertisements. Crunchyroll for more anime. ES File Explorer to check out files that's inside of here and delete right from there. So again, you can play and install. Dang, I got a lot of different apps from the Google Play Store and the emulator ones, the emulator apps. And it also came with emulators already installed, so it came with Happy Chick. Happy Chick is like a multi-emulator, and that's kind of cool because if you use it, see if I can show you real quick. If you decide to use this one, like I said, it has emulators already installed in here. So you got games, and you can actually install games right from the emulator. So it will download the games from the server, download them, put them in your downloads folder or whatnot. You can move them around, and when you download a game, and I think this one's already downloaded. Let's see where. It'll open up, and look at that. Look at that. You got Pokemon right here, palm of your hands, one device for a lot of different emulators. Oh, I bought this skin, I bought this Batman skin for it. So that's why it looks so cool on the inside. It comes all black. Or blackish, like a charcoal looking black. You got two different space sizes. You got ain't focus. 16 gigabyte and you got 32 gigabyte. I went with the 16 because you also have the option of using a micro SD card, so you can run up to according to GPD 128 gigabytes, but I'm pretty sure you can put a 256 gigabyte card in here or even a 400 gigabyte card in here and have room for a ton of games. Look, shoulder buttons, you got your two L's, your two R's. These don't click, so dang, where oh, here they are. Here's your L3 and your R3, so these are your click buttons. Since these don't click, these are not clickable joysticks. 2 analog sticks, 1 D-pad, start and select, and other buttons. You got, oh, what's kind of cool too is that, let's say you're playing in an Android game and it's a touchscreen game, but you want to really use controls for it. There's a little button, and I hit it accidentally. I keep forgetting which one it is because I really never use it. But you can actually set the touch controls on your screen to the joystick button so that you can play it in joystick mode or gamepad mode, and that makes control of it a lot better and a lot easier, because I cannot stand, and let me repeat again, I cannot stand touchscreen games. I need to feel my controls. I need to know that when I press left, it's going to go left. Press right, it's going to go right. When I press A, I know it's A. If you're pressing the touchscreen and you got a big old fat thumb, you might try to touch one, but you might hit all of them. Look at that. You might hit all of the buttons at the same time. That right there is not cool. What the heck is going on? Still trying to learn this. Move over. There we go. Let's see if I can start the game. There we go. Yep, you can start the game. Buttons, ready to go. This is again the Happy Chick multi-emulator app. I don't think it's in the Google Play Store, so you'll have to find it. It might be in there. Go ahead and check it out, see if it's in there. If not, it's already installed automatically on the GPD XD. They have a second version called the GPD XD2. It's a little more expensive, but it has a better processor, you know what I'm saying, more storage, and it will allow you to run a Dolphin emulator on there. Yo, Dolphin, for those that don't know, that is the emulator that runs GameCube and Nintendo Wii games. And in my opinion, that is well more than worth the price if you just get this device. So, give me a second. I gotta change my battery. It's about to die down. I'll continue in a minute. Okay, I'm back. So the GPD XD or the XD2, both very good game systems. These are made in China, so if you do order one, for the most part, you'll be getting it from China, so you gotta wait unless you find a US seller on eBay that sells them. So, oh, it's pretty light too. So if you're carrying it around, you can carry it in your pocket if you got some deep pockets or whatnot, or put it in the bag and it'll fit right in. Like I said, it's not that heavy, so you're good to go. Made from a cheap kind of plastic, so if you drop it, you'll definitely break it. And so you just probably want to put it in some kind of a bag or case, just to protect it, hard case, whatnot. So that's the GPD XD, and I would recommend it if you do not have an Android phone. So if you do have an Android phone such as an S9 like I do, then I would suggest this, and I'll talk about it in a minute. Okay, let me go on to the this one right here. This is my trusty Nintendo 3DS. Actually, it's a new Nintendo 3DS. So that's why you got the color buttons. You got this little rubber thing here, circle pad in a different spot. It looks cool. Now, what's cool about my Nintendo DS, I bought this on eBay, and I bought this actually already modded. So this already has Luna on here. I don't really know how to install it or whatnot. All I know is that I can put a ton of games on here and go to town. Look at all this. You can't beat this with a stick. Look at all these games I have. Downloaded these from the... Move it over. I didn't get them from the Nintendo eShop. I got them from the Nintendo Free Shop. That is what's up. So I got all these games. I actually installed one of my own, through a tutorial I found on YouTube, through Luna, whatever. It was a little extensive, and it's pretty cool. And with this right here, this little app right here, you can inject cheat codes into some of these games. There were cheat codes that were made for some of these games, and so you can inject the cheat code so that you can cheat on the games. It's a little complicated to do, but once you do it, it's pretty cool. So I got this because yes, you can emulate Nintendo 3DS on a PC, and that is through the emulator called Citra, spelled Citra. However, if you don't have a very powerful computer, it will run slow. Very, very slow. So, what better way to play modded and emulated or downloaded 3DS games than on an actual 3DS? You already know, since this game system was made for these games, they're gonna all run absolutely smooth. So look at that. I got Samus Returns. I got my Shin Megami Tensei. I love that series. It's warped, it's twisted, it's crazy. Love it. So I got both versions. Look at that. 4 and Apocalypse. All these games, games all day, every day. Don't even talk to me during the summer, because I'm going to be playing pretty much every game I have. Start with the ones I got cheat codes for, and then I'll move to this one and my other ones that I don't have cheat codes for. No, I'm not as good as I used to be, but like I said, I just got these games just to have. So if you can find one of these on eBay, I've seen them run for $250, $275, $300. Guess how much I got this one for? And I got really lucky. Somebody was selling this, and he knew it was modded, but he said that he didn't play it as much as he wanted to, and so he sold it. I got this bad boy for $130. That's basically the price of just getting a regular Nintendo DS. That's right, get jealous. I'll show you the receipt just to prove it. But I'll do that later because I ain't got my computer. But believe me when I tell you, I got this for $130 already modded. To mod it, I know it's a little complicated, so I'm glad that I found this already modded, especially for the price that I got it for. So there you go, modded Nintendo 3DS, and that's running Luna. The next handheld game system I'm going to talk about is another game system. Well, this one has not been emulated for PC, and for whatever reason, it's cartridge based. And you would usually think that a cartridge based game system can be emulated, but Nintendo 3DS was emulated. Nintendo DS definitely was emulated with the drastic that you already seen on the XD. A lot of cartridge based games, Nintendo, Super Nintendo, TurboGrafx. So a lot of games, because you were able to extract the data from the cartridge and use that data to put on here on the game system or PC and play the game through the emulator. So for whatever reason, this one has not been emulated yet. Now Sony is a great company. Sony has been combating piracy for years, many years. And as far as I know, the PS4 has not been hacked yet. The PS3 has, and I do have a hacked PS3 upstairs. I have a ton of games for that. But this right here is the PS Vita. Now, what's cool about the PS Vita? It has a lot of cool games for it. And excuse me while I apologize. This is not focusing the way I want it. Oh, there we go. That's better. So the PS Vita has not been emulated, and so for me to play PS Vita games, I had to get me a PS Vita system. Now, what's cool about mine? It's already modded. It's already modded. So the mod application, I'm trying to find it where it is. Molecular shell. There we go. So you press that, you know what I'm saying, injects code in here to allow you to run games on here, download the games, extract the games or backups, as we call them, right onto your PS Vita. So I have, of course, a ton of games, and this is one of my best systems because I like systems that can run RPGs, because I'm an RPG idiot. I already told you that before. I love my RPGs, and so I got my Disgaea, I got my Dragon's Crown, yes. Got my Ys 8. And now this has been released for the PC. It's going to be released for Nintendo Switch. Got other RPGs, got Demon Gaze. Tales of Hearts R. Yes, right, I'm a Tales fan. Oh, I got Dragon Ball Z on here. Sweet. Got another RPG that's in Japanese. I'm trying to remember the name of it. Legend of Heroes. Of course, I gotta have my Persona. That's Shin Megami Tensei. Part of that series. Gotta love that. Odin Spear. What's this one? Probably another RPG. More Musa. Rebirth. That was made for the Nintendo DS first. No, not Nintendo Wii first. Excuse me. Stranger in Sword City. That was also on the PC. I forgot what that is. And this one is don't tell me. Mind Zero. That's it. Mind Zero. Couldn't really see it because of small text, so I was like, I saw the icon, so I was trying to remember the name. All I did was push it back and see the name. So again, this is modded, so you can play PS Vita backups right on here, install them right on an SD card or the PS Vita card, and you can go to town. So it's touchscreen. And what I did for a lot of my handhelds, because holding it like this can sometimes tire your hands out. It can be a little cumbersome. So for a lot of my devices, I put on love handles. So yeah, I got two on here. It's pretty light, so it feels really good on the hands. Man, look at that. Look at that. Boy, gotta be careful because I don't want to drop this. I drop this, I will probably cry like a baby. But look at that. Light in your hands, doesn't really fall out. And keep your hands from getting tired. I have one on my 3DS. I don't have any on here because I'm not going to actually sell this. I'll put the link in the comments just in case you want to purchase my GPD XD, because I'm not going to use it anymore, and I'll tell you why in a second. Okay, so just talking about the PS Vita modded, and molecular shell is the app that you need to mod it. So you have to go online and find a tutorial that will show you how to mod it. But I'm glad that I found this on eBay, and I think I bought this for $170 or cheaper. I can't remember, but I'll take a look at the price and I'll let you know. Like I said, I scour the internet, I scour eBay, I wait to find a good deal, and once I find it, I jump all over it. Or if it's at a price that's close to what I want, I would email the seller and say, hey, I know you want to sell it, I want to buy it, but I want to buy it for your price. Would you be willing to sell it for X amount of dollars? He'll say yes or no, or she'll say yes or no. If they say yes, I'm going to snatch that up and brag about it. Like I'm doing with my Nintendo 3DS. $120, $40, I can't remember how much. It was cheap. That's all I know. It was cheap, and it's already modded. Okay, next system. Oh, this is not really a system. This right here is my trusty Galaxy S9 with my Wii Bluetooth controller surrounding it. Let me turn it on for you. So what's cool about this can emulate, because it's an Android device, it's basically the GPD XD, but smaller, lighter, definitely lighter. And with this controller right here, you can play up to 80 hours of pure, delicious goodness games. I have a 256 gigabyte card in here. I had the 400 in here. I took it out and put it in there. I'll talk about that one later. But what's cool about this is, like I said, it's Android, so you can have your emulators. I do have a video, one of my earlier videos that I released, that talks about all the emulators. I talk about all the emulators and what it can do. This also runs Dolphin. Oh, and this also runs a PS2 emulator. And that's entitled, where is it? I got my glasses on when I'm doing this video. Oh, Damon. It's called Damon. I took it off because I'm not using my phone anymore for PS2 emulation. Because me personally, when I want to play a game and I know that I can cheat on it, I can't do it on here. So if I play them on here, it will take me forever and a day. And I don't want to take forever and a day to beat a game. I want to be able to beat a game, boom, go to the next one. Beat a game, boom, go to the next one. Why? Because I have thousands of games that I have to beat before I get to a point where I can't move my fingers. So, therefore, I'm going to try to beat every game that I can, and I don't care, like I said, if I cheat by myself, that's on me. You can't fault me for it, but I will never cheat online. So, like I said, I'm a solo player anyway, so RBGs, I'm all over it. So, for this, the reason why I still use my phone for gaming is because, let's say I want to play, if I want to play a PS1 game, I can actually play it on here with this emulator right here, EPSXE. And this right here has embedded cheats. So if I want to play on the go, then that's one of the reasons why I still play emulated games on my phone, because for the most part, I'm going to use the ones that allow me to cheat. So that's why I have Jurassic on here that allows you to cheat, Main that allows you to cheat, Retro 8 that also has embedded cheats in there. That is in the NES emulator. Super Retro 16 that also has embedded cheats in there. PPSSPP with the cheat database will allow you to cheat on there. The Master Gear, that one does not allow you to cheat, but those games are pretty easy, so you can just play those on the go. Especially one of my favorite games, Ghost House. Ghost House was the bomb for the Master System. I love that game. Going on, CPSE, that's another arcade emulator. I don't use that one very much. And the Dolphin, I don't use it on here because, again, I can't cheat on it. So, therefore, I mean, if I just want to play the game, just play the game. If it's easy enough, I'll play it. And this one is my Nintendo 64 emulator. Don't use that one because I can't cheat. But, like I said, I can use a couple of these to play on the go, to play, you know, when I'm about to go to bed or whatever. Don't have to carry, you know, something bulky, something heavy. You know, I can have this at my bedside, have my phone charged, and just play a couple games before I go to sleep. So that's why I still use this one. It's still great, works great, and the emulators run buttery smooth. Going on to this, I've already done a lot of videos on this particular device. This one is my coveted GPD Win. This is again a handheld PC. Gotta have my love handles to keep it secure so it won't fall out my hand. So this is basically like my Surface Book, but in a smaller form factor. But what's bad about this is the specs. It runs an Atom processor. It does not run a graphics processor, so it's not going to run your games very well. Well, especially your games that tax the system pretty hard. So your Nintendo Wii, the Dolphin emulator, this does not run those games very well. They're really, really slow, really choppy. You got to do a lot of tweaks in the settings and configurations in order to get the game running at a pretty good speed. So I don't particularly like to use this for the Dolphin emulator, but your older game systems, your Nintendo, Super Nintendo, Nintendo DS, this runs those games buttery smooth. So, like I said, I got the 400 gigabyte card in here, and I got a ton of games in here. Oh yeah, I use this for PS2 games. Like I said, if I want to play on the go and not carry my Surface Book around with me. So this, I haven't tested it yet for PS2. So when I do test it, I'll make a video showing the test and showing you the gameplay of some of the games that I have. And you can make your own decision if you want to play PS2 games in here. But since this is a PC and it runs the emulator PSCX or PCSX2, that will allow you to cheat, you know, through using Codebreaker or Game Shark ISO. And they can also run cheats through files. I haven't learned how to do that yet. I just use the Codebreaker ISO that I have to cheat on my games so I can beat them as quickly as I possibly can. So again, this is the GPD Win. This is pretty much the closest thing that I'm going to have at running pretty much everything that I want in a handheld device. Now this is again the fourth time that I bought it, and believe it or not, I'm already thinking about selling it because it doesn't run some of my emulators at the speed that I want it. Now there is a new version called the GPD Win 2. That one does run games, especially Dolphin, at close to full speed as possible, and it runs AAA or quadruple A PC games, so you can play your Army of One. You can play Final Fantasy 15. Now you can play it on here, but it's extremely choppy because you gotta, you know, set it to very, very low settings, and you gotta increase the frame rate like 2 or 3 or something like that. It'll be choppy, but it'll run at a pretty good speed. I don't like that. I like things to be buttery smooth. And so, even though I said I was going to keep this, I lied. I don't care. I'm going to get the money, and I'll probably get what I pay for it. And what I'll do is take that and use it as a down payment for a GPD Win 2. So again, there's your handheld PC. You can't go wrong with that. That is my go-to when I want to play any kind of game. It runs Citra as well, which means it runs 3DS games. Not as many games. Some games run slow, some games are okay. Pokemon runs pretty good on here. It's a little choppy, the music a little off, you know what I'm saying, staticky, but it does run 3DS games on here. But like I said, why would I do that when I have a modded 3DS and I can run it from there and inject cheat codes? So I'm good. The last one I want to talk about, I just got this today. Now this is my second time getting this. I usually, like, I buy from eBay, but I also try to buy from Facebook Marketplace. Now that's kind of cool because, I mean, when you use Facebook Marketplace, or I believe it's Let Go or whatever, you don't have to pay any service fees or whatever when you're selling something. You have to on eBay. eBay got to get their cut. But with Facebook Marketplace, you can negotiate like crazy. So I found this morning. I actually was looking for another Nintendo DS because I was reading and looking at videos on YouTube that stated that you can install custom firmware in here and run homebrew. Homebrew meaning you can run emulators on it. So you can run a Nintendo on here, or NES, you can run a SNES on here, Super Nintendo, you can run arcade games on here. So when I found that out, I was like, yo, I gotta get me a Nintendo Switch again. First time I got it, running CFW or custom firmware on here was not possible, and so I had a Switch. I bought a ton of games for it, and then I was like, I don't want to keep buying games. I'm not used to buying games. I'm used to downloading games. So I sold it. I had like maybe 13 games for it. 2 or maybe 3 sets of Joy-Cons, and I should have kept those. I'm mad at myself. I had a ton of stuff for it. The case, everything. I had the screen protector. It sold for probably, I think, $5.75 on eBay. So I got most of my money back, so I wasn't hurt by, selling it. But then, like I said, now that I know I can run in the CFW, I wanted to get another one. I saw one maybe 3 days ago. This lady was selling it. She was selling it for, what was it, $300? I talked her down to $250, and I was this close, and I mean this close to getting it, but then I backed out of it. And the reason I backed out of it was because I'm like, $250 for a used system. I mean, that was a really good price for it because these still run for $300, maybe $280, $275 used. So $250 was not that bad. And it came with 2 games. It came with ARMS and can't remember the other game. Who cares? I backed out of it. I don't know why I backed out of it. I was saying to myself, do I really want to try to, install the custom firmware? Because number one, the Nintendo Switches that have firmware that is 3.0.0 up to, I believe, 4.1.0, you can use a soft mod to install the homebrew on here. But if you have anything higher than that, if you have the most current update, and that's 5.0.2, you have to do the hard mod to get it to work, and that's requiring you to what do you call it? You gotta disable, or I can't remember the name of the terminology, but there's 2 pins, pin 1 and pin 9, that's in here, or those pins are, if I can look for them, where are they? I saw them on the video. I can't remember where they are. Well, these little pins. If you look inside, there's these little copper-looking pins. You gotta, I can't remember the terminology, but you gotta modify it. You gotta get a paper clip, stick it in here, and then put the Joy-Con back on or something like that, and then you'll be able to boot this in the reboot mode. And from there will be a menu, and then you have to do some other stuff, and then you can install the custom firmware on there. Like I said, I got to do some more research on it, so that's why I'm lost for words, because I'm not familiar with it. And so I just know that it can be done up to the latest firmware, which is 5.0.2. Hey everybody, there's my reflection. There's my face. You can't see my face because there's my camera recording everything. So hello everybody. Hello to all my students. How y'all doing? Hope you had a good weekend. But anyway, continuing on. So I bought this to technically mod it so that I can run custom firmware on here. And when I saw some of the videos, it looked really scary, because if you mess up and you don't get the right pins, you can actually brick your Nintendo Switch. And I'm very afraid of bricking something that costs more than $100. So, oh yeah, let me tell you a story about this. How much I bought it for. And so I backed out of the one that I could have got for $250, and that was, like I said, a good deal, especially with 2 games used and in decent condition, and it came with the box too. So if you're ever selling it on eBay, selling it with the box and original items will fetch you more money. That is fact. So with Facebook Marketplace, like I said, you don't have to pay any service fees, no taxes or anything like that. You're not going to pay through PayPal or whatever. So you just get all your money that you were asking for it. So like I said, I was going to get it for $250, but I found this one this morning. Somebody was selling this with Mario Kart 8 for $250. Not bad. Only one game, but $250. I was like, wait a minute. Okay, so this person got one game for $250. I was going to get one, but 2 games for $250. So guess what? Maybe I could swaggle them down to a lower price. So my price I was going to originally say to the person was $225. And that ain't bad for a used Switch. But I said, let me try to go even lower. Let me see if I can get this for $200. So I texted the person this morning at around probably 7 o'clock in the morning. I said, hey, you're selling, I want it. Would you be willing to part with it for $200? I got a text within 10 minutes and he said, meet me at the gas station. I'll see you there at 11 o'clock. I was like, what? I actually got this for $200. I already wiped it down with Clorox, and I don't like other people's germs. So there you go. I got me a Nintendo Switch with the Joy-Cons, with Mario Kart 8, for, that's right, 200 smackers. You can't beat that with a stick. I don't care where you go on eBay or Facebook Marketplace. You can try to swindle somebody down, but I don't think you swindle them down like I did. Swaggle, swindle, however you want to call it. I hustle for this. So look at that. Works great. I already have it updated to the newest firmware. That is 5.0.2. So I can install CFW on here if I want to. But guess what? I just read probably 20 minutes ago that Team Executor, and this team, they make a lot of flashcards for game systems. I mean, I think they do stuff for Xbox. I think that's what I read. But I just read that they just made a particular bundle for the Nintendo Switch. Now with that bundle, excuse me if you heard me burp, that particular bundle thing that they have, trying to remember the name of it because I just ordered it. I meant to keep my computer out because I just ordered it 20 minutes ago. As soon as I read that article, it actually is a pre-order. They're not going to release it. It's not going to be out until the second week of June or so. And when I get it, I'm going to be one happy camper, because with this, it's kind of like a flashcard, I guess. With this particular flashcard, I just call it a flashcard, you'll be able to play back up Nintendo Switch games on your Nintendo Switch. Any firmware. Let me say that again. Any firmware. They've hacked it. They did it. I don't know how they did it, but it's awesome. It's basically like having a 3DS and playing all the games on here, through the Luna CFW. That's a soft mod. I believe what they're releasing is a soft mod. So if you have a card or anything, or a flash card, that's considered a soft mod, not a hard mod. So I am not going to stick any paper clips or anything in here. I'm going to wait for my little package to come in June, And when it does, I'll show you how it works. I'll show you how to install it, and it's gonna run like a champ. I already know it. I can't wait. I'm already on a particular touring site where they've already dumped pretty much every Nintendo Switch game that's out and available. So I'm gonna download those games in advance so that when I get my little device from Team Executor, I'll put it on here. I already got a 128 gigabyte card already in. Well, it's not in here, but I got it right here. It's generic. I don't care. This cost me 30 bucks or 20, something like that. Can't go wrong with that. Put that in there, and I'll be able to put on a ton of games and a ton of emulated games on here as well. So this might be in the same junction as the 3DS, except not the 3DS, but the GBD Win, but it can't run PS or PC games or other taxing emulators. But who knows? Maybe in the future it will. So I might be playing PS2 on here one day, or even PS3. Who knows? Because I just found out that this runs this has the NVIDIA GPU chip in there, the same chip that's in the NVIDIA Shield. If you've seen that, it looks like an Xbox controller with a screen on it, and it runs Android, which is pretty awesome. So it runs has that same chip in here. So whatever the Shield can run, this can run based on the specs of the chip. So who knows? This may be able to run PS2 games, maybe PS3 games, maybe some Xbox games. Who knows? So this may be the ultimate game system. And what's even better about it, it's thin. Now the PS Vita is also thin, so this is, very portable, a lot lighter. This only runs PS Vita though, so I gotta have that for PS Vita games. I had a PlayStation TV, but who needs that when you got this with a screen? And like I said, that is my goal too for right now until I can get my Team Executor little package in the mail next month. I can't wait. My video just cut off on me. I guess that's my warning of saying, hey, it's time for me to wrap it up. So this is my collection of handhelds again. I hope you enjoyed the video. I hope you enjoyed my discussion of my handhelds and why I have them. If you like the video, of course, leave a thumbs up. Reply in the comment section. Subscribe to the channel. Tell your friends about my channel. Like I said, I'm going to keep things raw, nitty gritty. None of that keep you watching just to watch. You know what I'm saying? I told you everything. I just got me a nice notification from eBay. I keep things on the real, and when I do videos or tutorials on how to install stuff, I'm gonna give you the raw stuff. Because when I was on mine today, looking up a way to install CFW on the Nintendo Switch, right there, sorry, I went through 6 videos. Each video was different. Each video showed different things that you had to put on the card or use your phone to connect to the Switch to put stuff on. It's complicated. I don't like complicated stuff. I want stuff to be like, boom, I'm a teacher. I want things to be like in an outline. This is what you do first. This is what you do second. This is what you do third. Just put it like that. Put it in an outline. Make it easy just for the regular viewer who does not know what they're doing. You don't want to put on complicated stuff and then risk a viewer who's watching your video to break their system. Yeah, it's a risk if you do it anyway, but don't you want to just be nice to people and just say, hey, this is how I do it. This is what you do. There you go. And actually show it. You know what I'm saying? I just found so many videos that discuss the same thing. It's kind of like school. Discuss the same thing, but describe it differently. However, the way that they described it was not in layman's terms. So I don't like those. When I do my videos, and like I said, subscribe, check my videos out. It's gonna be raw, real deal, clean cut. This is how you do it. No questions asked. That's how I operate. So again, leave a thumbs up. Leave some comments in the comment section. Subscribe to the channel. Tell other people about my channel. Increase it. And I will be doing a giveaway because I was trying to look at other people's videos on YouTube, seeing how they did giveaway stuff. I think I got the gist of it. So I do have 58 subscribers. I did say at 50 I was going to do it, but I was still doing research on it. Plus, I got a little busy. Last night, I had a wedding gig. I played in the band, so I didn't get home till super late. Now that I'm back to busy, it's kind of hard for me to do research on things that I want to do. But I guarantee I will do a giveaway. I will give away my $15 Amazon gift card. One of you lucky viewers will get that. I did see this one video that had people, subscribe and then, put a comment in the comment section and then had to tell other people about it. That's something I kind of want to do too, because that's going to increase your subscribers. So be on the lookout for that. But go ahead and subscribe anyway, because if you do subscribe, you will be in the drawing for the $15 Amazon gift card. So definitely do that. Tell others about it, about my channel. I hope you enjoyed it, and I hope to see you in my next video.